You're watching Well Traveled Life with Jonathan and Jennifer, and we are in Geiranger, Norway. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because it is the perfect example of what a quintessential fjord landscape would be like. There's lots to do in this very, very small town. With only a population of about 250, there's not a lot of people, unless you're here on a cruise ship day, but there's an awful lot of good hikes, good mountain biking, and some adventures to take. You can take a staircase up to the top of the waterfalls, a relatively easy staircase climb, as staircase climbs go, with lots of landing platforms along the way where you can rest and take photos. You're walking right alongside the waterfall, so it's beautiful the whole trip up. If you choose to, you can go a little bit further to another waterfall and to a upper viewing site. But when you get to the top of the waterfalls, you will be at the Norwegian Fjord Center, which is a cafe, a little gift shop, as well as an exhibit area with information about the fjord system. There's quite a bit to do up on that plateau there. I chose to go zip lining. Although there is a port in Geiranger for cruise ships, that may not be the case after this year. New environmental regulations will limit the number of ships and the type of ships that can come in, and they are looking only for electric powered boats. So it may no longer be a cruise ship port, but you can still get there via Molde or Ålesund. But from either of those ports, you're looking at a 2 to 3 hour drive one way, and if traffic is heavy, it could be more, and if you're coming from Molde, it may include a ferry. Once you get to Geiranger, there is a lot to do. Starting with a walk through town and up the waterfall, it's the best way to get an overview of the city and a sense of the natural beauty in the area. Once you get to the top of the waterfalls, we suggest you visit the Fjord Center for a snack, gift, or to learn more about the fjords. Or just have a seat and enjoy the good weather if you're lucky enough to get it there. A unique way to see the city and the surrounds is to rent a small electric vehicle built for 1 or 2 people that you can rent for a few hours and go out into the area surrounding Geiranger, which is just gorgeous. This area has a plethora of hiking and biking trails. Hiking trails are all indexed by length, difficulty, and have color codings so that you can make safe decisions about what you're comfortable taking on. The Eagle Road snakes up the side of the mountain and will take you up the mountainside through hairpin turns and get you amazing views over the fjord. Geiranger is just an awesome space for hiking, and if you're hiking, make sure you're watching the trails. The trails that are marked, known trails, will be color coded, and make sure you know what your skill level is and what the trail demands of you. Explore Geiranger is a relatively new adventure company located just above the waterfall hike of the Fjord Center. They offer zip lining, mountaineering, rock climbing, rappelling, Nepal bridges, and some pretty extraordinary outdoor activities. This is not your grandma's ziplining though. There is some climbing involved, some hiking to get to the zipline course, and then you are responsible for grabbing the rope, pulling yourself up, and then climbing completely vertical ladders up and down to the zipline platforms. So it's a little more intense than what you might have done in some other cruise ports, but it's really authentic and you're flying over rivers and gorges, so it's pretty beautiful too. Ziplining in the nature park is a super opportunity to get up over the river. You're going to do a lot of climbing. You're going to trek up to the first zip line, and then you're going to have to do a lot of ladder climbing to get up to the lines themselves and then back down again. So it's probably as much exercise to get to the zip line as it is to actually zip line itself. They will outfit you with a helmet, your carabiner clips, and a harness that goes around your waist and your legs. A couple of quick hints: wear closed-toed shoes because you're doing some hiking. Don't wear flip-flops. Geiranger is more than this city. It is the fjord itself. And getting out on the fjord, you have views of some of the most untouched, pristine areas in all of the western fjords of Norway. That's what's making it a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The fact that it doesn't have hydroelectric plants and it's relatively untouched by human infrastructure. You'll see some of the old farms and pasture lands that have become part of the charm and quintessential Norwegian landscape. But even more importantly, you will see the waterfalls, the canyons, the gorges, and that snaking fjord water that make this place special. If you are lucky enough to be in the fjord, look for the Suder and the Seven Sisters Waterfalls, which may or may not have 7 waterfalls depending on the amount of rain that they've had. But the amazing thing is that these 2 waterfalls are directly opposite each other on either side of the fjord. And these falls are special and will be different at different times of the year depending on rainfall. Thanks for watching. Make sure you catch others in our series on Norway. This is a beautiful country and we've covered a lot of the western side as well as up north in the Atlantic at Honningsvåg.